To this day.
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 What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Get this, the former WBC heavyweight champion of the world had this to say. He says it's a matter of time until he gets all the belts. He says the division is dead. Wilder reigned supreme over the heavyweights for several years. He first picked up the WBC belt with points wins over Bermane Stiverne and kept it until losing to Tyson Fury in 2020. In the meantime, he was rarely pushed hard and knocked out the likes of Luis Ortiz, Chris Arreola, and Eric Molina before back-to-back knockout defeats to Tyson Fury. And Wilder was asked to confirm his status against the winner of the upcoming WBA, WBO, and IBF world fight between Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois. And this is what he said. He said, "Yep, I'm definitely the mandatory for that. So all the doors are shut. You know, close all sides. I'm the mandatory for the WBA. I'm the mandatory for the WBC. I'm number 2 in the IBO, and I'm number 3 in the other ones." He said, so, I'm right there in all the rankings, so it's just a matter of time before me being back on top and having all the belts. I'm just sitting back and relaxing, enjoying life, and letting all these other fighters do things because, as we know, and this is true fact, the heavyweight division has been effing dead, bro. Now you don't feel no electricity at all. Those are the words of Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder, and let me counterpunch. I don't understand that. If the heavyweight division is dead, I think, and he's the antidote, okay? He's the solution to give the heavyweight division life. I think he should fight more. Yeah. I think that fight with Andy Ruiz should have happened. And now, if Andy asked for $20 million, I can understand him not getting that, because who's to say Deontay Wilder got or will have received $20 million for fighting Andy? You know what I mean? How big is the pot anyway between those two former champions? We don't even really know that. Okay? But if Andy did ask for $20 million, that's too much. But there should have been someone. There should have been Otto Wallin. There should have been countless other fighters that they could have fought. Okay, just Frank Sanchez. That's another one. He would have fought Deontay Wilder. You know, so there is a lot of guys that should have been on the banner. And him saying that the heavyweight division is dead, I doubt that. I just think it's more heavyweights that are up and coming, and I think that's an opportunity for Deontay Wilder to start knocking some of these guys out, like Jared Anderson, Frank Sanchez. You know, these guys are making names for themselves. Alexander Usyk came from cruiserweight a few years ago and just started beating people, and he ain't been beat since. Okay? And speaking of the heavyweight division dead, how do you kill a division? Well, you give us fights that we don't need to see. You give us fights that either we don't want to see or we already saw. And him saying that, hey, I'm going to let these guys do their thing, you know, and I'm right there, that tells us that he plans on being around for a while. But it doesn't help anybody, especially himself or his ego, to not fight. Okay, I understand the Joshua fight. It only works, or it only makes sense if he fights Joshua. If he does not fight Joshua, he's wasted a whole year of inactivity. Okay, so at that point, he can't say, hey, the heavyweight division is dead without me, because you haven't been around. You ain't fought anybody to say where the division has been. Okay, now we supposed to have the Tyson Fury Usyk fight. Tyson's fighting Francis Ngannou. I understand the argument if he were going to go that route, if that was going to be the explanation on why the division is dead. Anthony Joshua has fought twice. In fact, he's fought more than anybody else Alexander Usyk's fighting in about a couple hours, okay? But this is his first fight this year. So saying, hey, the heavyweight division is dead without me, well, I think Deontay Wilder contributes to a huge chunk of that because people want to see Wilder knock people's brains all over the floor and in the canvas and all that good stuff. But if he doesn't fight, we don't get to see that. Most importantly, we want to see more than just, I know I do. I don't know about you guys. Some of you guys may agree, but I want to see more than just Deontay Wilder knock out Helenius, his old sparring partner. Okay? Then he had to juice up with AJ. You know what I mean? And AJ fought him on a last-minute resort because there was Dillian White. I didn't really care to see a Dillian White-AJ fight anyway, though. You know what I mean? So that could be an argument. Like, well, hey, he's fighting the same people. Well, guess what? So are you. You fought Tyson Fury in 2020. You fought him again in 2021. In 2022, you fought your sparring partner. So you really haven't given us too much. Now, you gave us a first-round knockout, which was pretty impactful, okay, pretty profound. But other than that, though, you haven't given us anything. Andy Ruiz, yeah, I would like to see him knock out Ruiz because Ruiz has never been knocked out before. He's been knocked down. Joshua was the first one to do it, but he was also the first one to give Joshua his first loss. So, yeah, the division needs to mix and match, and I want to see these guys fight these other guys. We need more mutual opponents. That's how you bring the division back to life when other fighters start fighting other fighters. It's just kind of like, hey, this guy only for this guy type shit. You know what I mean? I'm only going to dance with this guy, meaning I'm only going to fight these particular guys, which is total BS. We don't need it. You guys tell me what you think of Deontay Wilder stating that he wants all the belts. The division is dead without him. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.